Three-time finalist Lebanon take on two-time champions Korea. A very warm welcome to Changsha from me, Tim Long, alongside analyst Paulo Kennedy. It's the final day at the 28th FIBA Asia Championship here in China. Plenty yet to be decided in Asia's premier international basketball competition. Before we have the medal matches, we have the classification games, each team wanting to finish the tournament as high in the rankings as possible. Well, these two responded well yesterday to quarter-final disappointment to remain in with the chance of cementing their place as one of the top 5 teams in Asian basketball. Lebanon about to take on Korea here with 5th place on the line. It's been a bit of a rollercoaster ride for these two throughout the tournament. Disappointment for Korea missing out on the podium for only the 4th time in competition history. They will want to finish brightly. And for Lebanon, 3-time finalists, they would love to edge Korea out to finish in the top 5 at this tournament. Plenty of fans here for this one, and expect this arena to get packed out later today for the big final and the bronze medal match. The hosts, of course, involved. China taking on the Philippines in the final. And before that, the bronze medal matchup. Iran looking to respond to disappointment in the semi-final yesterday, taking on Japan. We're about ready for the introduction of the 2 sets of players here in Changsha. The final game for these two at the 28th FIBA Asia Championship. Just a few minutes away from this classification matchup. 3-time finalist Lebanon set to take on 2-time champions Korea. Both lost their quarter-final matchups on Thursday, but responded well yesterday, and they'll both be desperate to end the tournament on a high with back-to-back wins and that top 5 finish. Analyst Paulo Kennedy is alongside me, Tim Long. What can we expect from this one here today?
Well, you never quite know what to expect from these classification games. You know, how tired are the players? How much does it mean to them? But I look at Korea. This is only the 2nd time ever they've been outside the Final 4 at this championship, and I think they're going to be playing with a lot of pride. They're going to want to finish 5th so they can go home and have a little bit of respect in that performance. So I think we're going to see them play some high-octane basketball, and that's what they've got to do against a Lebanon team who have some really high-quality big men. They're not the tallest players in the tournament, but guys like this man, Ali Haidar, he has been superb. He does the job inside, he does the job outside as well, and his running mate is number 13, Basil Bauji, the guy who just does it all. We've seen him with some of the best block shots of this tournament. He clears the boards without any fuss, and he'll even step outside and nail the 3-point shot. So I think the work of those two to complement the speed of a guy like Wael Arakji, it doesn't look like, here comes, it doesn't look like Jay Youngblood is playing today. He was introduced, but he hasn't emerged, so some extra emphasis placed on the young Lebanon guards here today.
The 5th place match coming up, but first we'll pause for the national anthem, starting with Korea.
So, Lebanon order, please remain standing for the national anthem of Lebanon.
للعلا للعلم
Lebanon finished the first stage with wins over Chinese Taipei and Kazakhstan, only losing in double overtime to Qatar. Back-to-back defeats against host China, and today's opponents, Korea, hurt them at the start of the second round, but they finished with a huge do-or-die win over Jordan. The Philippines proving too much in the quarterfinals, but yesterday they got payback for that earlier defeat to Qatar, and today they'll look to do the same to Korea. The Koreans finished second in their first round group, only losing narrowly to China. They started the second round with a double-digit win over today's opponents. Then came a narrow loss to Qatar before finishing with a win over Kazakhstan. Reigning champions Iran were too strong in the quarterfinals, but they got back in business in style yesterday with a blowout win against India. Alongside me, our expert analyst Paul O'Kennedy is all set to guide you through the team rosters and the starting fives here for this fifth place matchup.
We see their coach Veselin Matic just running through some of the final instructions for his team. We've got about 3 minutes until tip-off. And there's the Korean players firing up jump shots, and that's what they do best. Now, we saw early in that game against Qatar, they ran the Qataris off their feet, both up and down the floor, but in the half court as well. As we see our referees for today's game, they kept the ball moving, and it's going to be such a key for them here because there's some really strong defensive sets and some strong defensive bodies for Lebanon. And we see the team there. Number one, Kim Tae-sol, he got an opportunity yesterday with regular point guard Yang Dong-gen being rested. We'll see whether Yang plays today or not, but Kim, he had 9 assists in the first half. I think he finished with 12 or 13 for the game, and his ability to run the fast break was outstanding. We see him there in the game. The youngster Choi Yun-yong, he's just 21 years of age, 200 centimeters. He's like a point forward. He was 1 rebound and 1 assist short of a triple-double yesterday, so he's another one to watch today. He is an excitement machine. And we talk about Lebanon. We talked about their big men earlier in Basil Bauji and Ali Haidar, but they're small men. They've got a number of different guys who can contribute. Right up the top there, the veteran John Abdel-Noor, 31 years of age. He's a guy who just steps up and makes plays at important time. And Amir Saoud, number 5 as well. He hit 4 3-pointers in a quarter in that crucial win against Jordan. We see Suaid. He's in the starting lineup. So Saoud and Wael Arakji, the 21-year-old. He was so good yesterday in that game against Qatar. Charles Tibet gets the start in the front court along with that man, Basil Bauji. We'll see how much Ali Haidar plays, but if he's missing, that'll be a big loss for them because his ability to draw big men away from the basket and either hurt them with the 3-point shot or take them off the dribble as well.
As well as fifth place being on the line, one of the key parts of this matchup is seeing those young, exciting players and players that can perhaps propel their teams forward in future Asia Championships. We talked a lot about Wael Arakji. What an outstanding performance from him yesterday. And for those Korean youngsters who come into the mix, another opportunity to show exactly what they can do. Choi Jun-yong, just 21 years of age for Korea. And the 2 occasions he's been given 30 minutes or so, he's come close to triple-doubles. And Wael Arakji, of course, a 21-year-old for Lebanon, who's hugely talented as well. There's Amir Saoud, who we know can light it up from the outside on any given night. And for Korea, Kim Jong-kyu, another talented young player.
And he had one of the dunks of the day yesterday on the fast break. Cocked it back behind his head, so hopefully we'll see some more of that action from him today.
We're already in China for this 2015 FIBA Asia Championship classification matchup. Myself, Tim Long, alongside analyst Paul O'Kennedy, set to talk you through the action in Chongsha. Korea looking for a positive response after failing to reach the podium for only the 4th time in competition history. Lebanon looking for payback for that earlier defeat to Korea. Both nations looking for a top 5 finish. Here is Arakji controlling the ball for the first time in the game for Lebanon. Such an exciting young prospect. Here's Bauji. Knocked away here by Kim Tae-sol, who comes up with a steal right from the start, and he feeds Kim Jong-kyu, who flies to the net.
And exactly what we saw so much of yesterday in the big win over India. Kim out in the open court, Kim Tae-sol feeding Kim Jong-kyu. That time he didn't jam it down, but he floated in nicely for the finger roll.
Here's Arakji again, under the hoop this time, back out to Basil Bauji, who takes on the 3, short. Batted back by Kim Jong-kyu, picked up by Bauji. Picked off here for Korea. They'll come in transition again, looking for a lightning fast start. And Kang Sang-jae lays it up and in.
We talked about Korea running Qatar off their legs in the opening minutes. They're repeating the dose here against Lebanon. The key for them is, can they keep that sort of pace up, or will Lebanon be able to hold them down into a half-court grind as the game wears on?
Arakji going to pull up for the shot himself this time, way off the mark from Wael Arakji. It's been a disappointing start for Lebanon.
Yeah, just some simple errors. You know, 2 fast break baskets for Korea, and they've come about because of mistakes from Lebanon rather than brilliance from the Koreans.
Sang-jae scoring the second basket of the game for Korea. Only 20 years of age. On by Cho, and Choi getting inside, can't finish. Arakji on to Saud this time. Saud fouled as he looks to move towards the baseline. It's on Kim Jong-kyu.
And Saud, he's such an unassuming player, but a really nice dribble move there. He's got the ability to stop and pop. We've seen him hit pull-ups and runners off one leg, so he's got a wider array of offensive skills.
Suaid. Going to get inside, gets contact from Choi, and will go to the line for 2.
A much nicer offensive set. Lebanon have been so good in this tournament with their spacing. You know, they don't have complex offensive systems, but they space the floor and they try and create opportunities for their players to use their individual skills.
Nadim Suaid at the line, had 7 points and 3 boards yesterday, averaging 5 points per game in 9.5 minutes a game over the tournament so far, and gets the first 2 points for Lebanon. Choi, Kim Tae-sul receives it back on the perimeter. What a wonderful pass inside to Kang Sang-jae, who puts it in.
And yesterday we had the assist count going for Kim Tae-sul. He's up to 2 already here. And what about the timing on this pass? The no-looker underneath. And Kang had a great game yesterday. He starts it off in style again today.
Chance at a 3-point play for the 20-year-old. Chance to extend his tally in the game to 5. Misses that one, though. Very positive start for Korea. 6 points in the opening 2 minutes. Suaid around the screen of Tibet. Across to the corner. Here's Saud. Closed down quickly by Cho. Knocked away by Kim Jong-kyu. It's going to be Korea ball.
And Kim Tae-sul, he didn't play a lot earlier in the tournament because Yang Dong-guen was in such good form. But I think Korea may have erred in not using those two together a little bit more, because that would be a dynamic backcourt duo, even though they give up a little bit of height defensively.
Such a talent. The man who's got the ball right now. Knocked away from his left hand, though, a turnover as Saud comes down court, and it will leave, should leave, the simple 2 for Suaid, but he misses it. And Korea will look to make them pay. They can't get it to go. Cho. And then off the shins of Choi. And an open layup miss. Baoji's going to miss it as well. And then a foul and a chance at a 3-point play. What can you say about that?
Yeah, he was just waiting for the 3-point play there. Obviously, a cunning strategy from Lebanon. A good finish at the end of Lebanon, but what a crazy 30 or 40 seconds we had there at both ends of the floor.
Baoji ends up with a chance at a 3-point play. Misses the foul shot, of course. Grabs his own rebound. He just wanted 4 points. That's all he wanted.
Well, he's a smart player. We've known that all tournament, but he took it to a new level there.
Flying down the lane again is Kim Jong-kyu, able to grab his own rebound. And then picked off here by Suaid. Baoji puts the ball on the floor, looks to hang it in and out.
Some real freelance basketball being played here.
Kang over to the far side. Quick move from Cho Sung-min.
And Cho Sung-min, the broken play is his favourite play. He'll catch it and score every time.
Arakji. Up against Kim Tae-sul. Lofted pass knocked away and out of bounds. Still Lebanon ball. So to inbounds. Charles Tibet. Looking to attack here, spins into the lane, uses his right hand, really strong to the hoop.
Well, he's been a solid player for them all tournament, as we see Cho motoring again, but I didn't know he had that sort of move in his repertoire. That was lovely off the glass.
Choi, on the left hand, trying to bounce it through, knocked away. Lebanon now have a chance to take the lead. Arakji in full flow. Back out to Suede, and Saud for three, nails it from the corner.
Well, he's made the other corner of that end of the floor his spot in this tournament, but he shows he can bury them from almost anywhere. It's such a relaxed left-handed stroke. It's lovely to watch.
Kang hands it off to Cho. Choi, he'll put it up from the foul line. It's quite on the money for Lee Jong-kyun.
That was a rainbow jump shot from the big man.
Suede. Tibet. Knocked away this time, picked up by Suede. Shot clock down to 5, he puts up the long three. Short, offensive ball for Tibet. Difficult hook shot won't go, and Cho comes away with it. Lovely ball movement from Korea again, slicing right through the heart of Lebanon.
And they picked apart India yesterday with that sort of passing, whether it was in the open court or against the zone defense, and they're such an unselfish team.
Arakji in towards Bauji, bounces the ball once and puts it in with a foul as well. A chance at a three-point play for Basil Bauji.
He's just too strong in there at the moment. You know, we've commented in earlier games that he's not the most athletic-looking player, but he is strong and he is solid, and they're going to have to get some help down there to stop him.
Free throw good for Bauji as well. It's Cho, moving it inside, back out to the perimeter. The three is wide of the mark from Kim Tae-sul.
And where Kim Tae-sul looks really dangerous offensively is that pull-up jump shot, often in transition, just rubbing off a screen, stopping on a dime and elevating. He looks really good from around that 18-foot mark.
Got a really close game on our hands here across the midway point of the first quarter. Lebanon lead 14-12. Arakji behind the back, looking to attack. Knocked away from behind by Kim Tae-sul.
I like that matchup. It's the youngster in Arakji. You look at Kim, he looks like he might only be 21 years of age. He's actually a 31-year-old veteran, but he's still got plenty of energy, as we see Moon checking into the ball game for Korea.
Saud throws it away to Moon. Here is Kim Tae-sul up against Arakji again, a decade of experience between them. Arakji called for the foul. Kang across to the corner. Cho off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Arakji. Arakji to Saud. Arakji again. Looking to attack on the left hand. There's that behind the back move again. Prodded away once more though by Kim Tae-sul. And Cho able to grab it. Bauji called for the foul.
Kim Tae-sul just showing his quick hands, and it's both ends of the floor. His ability to spot a pass and make it in a millisecond is outstanding, but he's also excellent at being disruptive at the defensive end.
Kang's going to put up the long two and knock it down. Kang Sang-jae, impressive from the start.
Yeah, well, he had probably his best game of the tournament yesterday, just continuing to roll here.
14 points yesterday, 7 of 12 from the field. He's hit all 4 of his shots so far in the first quarter here as Bauji slips. Knocked away, Cho finds Moon. Here come Korea in transition. Moon looking to put it in and
Nice
does.
finish. That was athletic. It was good defense there from Arakji. He stayed between him and the basket. He picked his move, but Moon just too big and athletic.
Korea have retaken the lead by 2. Arakji. Saud looking to attack. Pretty move from Amir Saud.
He was just so under control there. It looked like the shot would be swatted, but he knew exactly the angle he wanted to get it off the glass.
We're level at 16. Handed off to Cho Sung-min. He's going to take on the long two now. Nothing but net for him.
And He hit 4 3-pointers in the opening quarter yesterday, and he had a little bit of a dry spell in the middle of the tournament, but he's certainly finishing it off well.
Cross to the far corner, picked off by Kim Tai-sul, and then thrown away with the legs of Arakji for career ball.
Just clever play again there from Kim, and the balance and the poise to make that play.
And Cho Sung-min found the kind of three-point shooting form he had on the opening night yesterday. 4 of 7 from downtown he finished. He was 4 of 6, I think, on the opening night. Kim Tai-sul, Moon Tai-young. Cho's going to put it up from the outside here, short this time. Offensive ball for Lee Jong-kyun. Kim Tai-sul to Moon Tai-young. Off the mark for him, out of bounds off the fingertips of Cho.
And Moon Tai-young, he had 22 points in the second half yesterday, and probably not the tournament he was hoping for here. He struggled with his jump shot, but he certainly got in the flow yesterday.
10 of 11 from the field he finished against India. Rakji onto the left hand, bursting into the paint. Trying to find Tibet. Tibet, with a nice hesitation, puts it in. Lee Jong-kyun, away and out of bounds, still career ball.
Rodrigue Ackle checking into the ball game for the first time today, and he's another one of those guards for Lebanon who can pop up and damage you at certain times if you don't give him enough respect.
Korea looking to edge back ahead with Cho, Kim Tai-sul, Cho Sung-min again, final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Mid-range is put up and put in by Lee Jong-kyun.
I like the look of Lee Jong-kyun. He's not your stereotypical Korean big man. He's strong, he's got a good set of shoulders, and he likes to elevate up around the basket.
Now shoot from the other corner this time. No good for Basil Bauji. Tabet wrestling the offensive board away from Moon Tai-young and putting it in off the glass.
And again, just the strength of the Lebanon big men. We haven't seen Haidar yet, so it may be a big burden to carry for Bauji and Tibet today.
Cho takes on another from the outside and misses that one. He's not found his three-point shooting form that he rediscovered yesterday. Here's Ackle. This is back from Tibet. Ackle back over to the far side and towards Tibet now. Looking to go one-on-one with Lee Jong-kyun. Hook shot over the top, off the mark. Korea looks to come quickly in transition again. Cho with the fist pass. The finish won't go though for Lee Jong-kyun.
That pass deserved a basket.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Level at 20 as Ackle puts it up from the outside and knocks it down. Rodrigue Ackle comes off the bench to make a big shot. 5 seconds for Korea to try and get a shot, deflected into the hands of Saud, and they'll put it up from half court with Ackle, who wasn't too far away from back-to-back three-pointers in style at the end of the first quarter. It is his three-pointer that gives Lebanon the edge by 3. It's been a pretty entertaining first quarter, and it's Lebanon who lead 23-20 over Korea.
Well, we had a Benny Hill moment early in that first quarter where things were going wrong at both ends of the floor, and we wondered, you know, are these teams here to play? But they switched back in, and that was some entertaining basketball going up and down. Look at Korea inside, 10 of 16, and that's because they're shooting a lot of layups on fast breaks. And 9 offensive rebounds between the two teams. They've certainly been crashing the board, 7 turnovers to 5. And that's an indication of the pace the two teams have been playing at. But I like the look of the game for both teams. Korea forcing turnovers, looking to run. Lebanon getting the ball down the floor, spreading it out and looking to penetrate at the basket, which has been one of their real strengths so far in the tournament.
Korea being led by the 8 points of Kang Sang-jae, 20-year-old. Hugely impressive first quarter for him. They got 4 from Cho, 4 from Lee Jong-kyun. Lebanon winning by 3, led by the 7 points of Bauji, who's also got 5 rebounds. Here comes Kang down court for Korea. And Saud getting inside, nice finish from him. He has 5 points in the first quarter. Big finish from Kim Jong-kyu down the centre. Might have thought about dunking that one. Saud's hit one from the corner as well, en route to those 5 points. Korea have been effective in transition. Basil Balji, 7 points, 5 boards in the first quarter. And Lebanon start the second quarter with a 3-point lead, 23-20.
Here we go, second quarter.
Very close to hitting one from half court at the end of the first quarter. A nice pass to Tibet. He can't quite hit. Rebound for Balji again. He'll go to the line for 2. 7 points and 6 boards in the game already for Basil Balji.
We see Ackle there working the ball screen, drawing the defense, and a nice feed to Tibet. He missed the jumper, but there's Balji to clean it up, as he's done for the past 9 days or so for Lebanon.
Had a double-double against the Philippines in the quarter-final. 17 points and 13 boards, and then 18 points and 7 boards yesterday. Averaging 9.6 points per game of the tournament. And already on 9 here today.
And some people criticise Lebanon. They think the offensive set's too simple, but their guards are so good at working that ball screen, and they have discipline with their spacing, and this time they get the turnover.
Here comes Alayubi with the nice move as he fakes the pass and puts it in.
Well, he hasn't had a lot of minutes in the tournament, but he's made some nice plays. That was probably his best effort for the tournament there.
Kang. Lebanon have raced into a 7-point lead now at the start of the second. Kim Jong-kyu back to the perimeter. Kim Tae-sul will pick it up. They'll take on the 3 here. Knocked down by the number 3, Lee Jung-hyun.
That was a big shot. Up till that point, half of Korea's points had come on the fast break. They were leading that category 10-0, and it's been the test for them this tournament. When they don't get the cheap points, can they score in the half court?
Great pass from Basil Balji to find Charles Tibet, free under the hoop to finish. He's got 8 points in the game. 6-point Lebanon leads. Kim Tae-sul thought about the 3 himself. Kang moves it onto the corner. Back-to-back threes for Lee Jung-hyun.
Great decision from Kim. He kicked it on. They had the man who just hit the last 3-pointer in the corner, and Lee banged down his second.
In towards Balji from Amir Saud, knocked away. Comes for Alayubi. He's going to try and answer back with 1. Can't hit. Kim Tae-sul on the fast break now to Moon Tae-young, and a foul by Ackle.
Number 11, rolling up home.
Moon Tae-young, that 22-point game yesterday. He had been the leading scorer for the team in many of their warm-up games, but even after that 22-point game yesterday, only up to 8.9 points per game over the tournament. Kim Jong-kyu, not finished with the left hand. Ackle. Ackle getting in towards the paint, trying to find Tibet under the hoop. Korea will come away with it on the fast break again. A chance to get within 1. It's that superb ball movement again as Kang puts it in.
Is there a team in the tournament who are better organised on the fast break? They have the number advantage, and they are so good. 1, 2, 3 quick passes, and an open man gets a layup.
And Kang has raced away to double figures, now has 10. As Balji looks to attack, he's doing his part to be the game's leading scorer. Now has 11.
Just seems like he gets better and better each game. You know, we thought early in the tournament, solid role player. Now he's one of the main scorers for Lebanon.
Kang across to Moon Tae-young. Puts it up from mid-range on the move and knocks it down. Beautiful shot from Moon Tae-young. Ackle looking to direct traffic. Tibet off the foul line across towards Saud. Looking to move inside now is Alayubi. Back to Saud, who's going to put up the 3. Can't hit. Moon Tae-young grabs the rebound. Lee Jung-hyun, who hit back-to-back three-pointers straight after coming into the game. This time a turnover. Baoji comes down court for Lebanon. They get the two. Not quite as pretty a fast break as Korea, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, but Baoji just adding another string to his bow. We've seen him block shots, rebounds, scoring inside. That time, he leads the fast break and dishes off the assist.
Moon Tae-young looking for another one. Not this time. Baoji grabs the rebound. He's now 7 boards in the game, as well as his 11 points. Akul on by Aliyubi. Saud free in the corner. Can't hit. Here's that Korean fast break again. Kim Tae-sul to Moon Tae-young. Big rejection from Aliyubi, who slams the door in his face.
I was about to say another Korean fast break and another open layup, but access denied there by Aliyubi.
That's one way to stop the fast break.
And there he was at the other end, finishing nicely with the left hand. And then finishing off again. Big block shot with the left.
Timeout call 4 minutes into the second quarter. Lebanon leading 33-30. Kim Jong-kyu into the game for Korea. And so for Lebanon, 2 of 4 from the field so far. 5 points for him. And how about this man who came off the bench for back-to-back threes in the space of a minute? Here's Moon Tae-young, puts it up from mid-range and puts it in. That's one way to respond, having been denied right before the timeout.
His mid-range jump shot just looks so nice. He elevates, it's a soft touch. He's certainly improved as the tournament's gone on.
Aliyubi for 3, over the top of the backboard. Kim Tae-sul. Now Kang Sang-jae. Hands it off now to Lee Jong-hyun. 1-2 pointer, no good for Kim Tae-sul. Offensive board for Kang. And then a foul as Kim Jong-kyu rose towards the rim.
Just great vision there from Kang. He had his back to the play. He was up faking, looking to score, and he just recognized the big man cutting down the middle. Have a look at this from there. That's outstanding vision to split the gap and set up the free throws.
First one good for Kim Jong-kyu. He's averaged 8.6 points, 5.4 boards in 20 minutes a game of these championships. He gets them both, and Korea edge themselves back ahead. It's been a really back and forth opening 15 minutes. And so long as it remains close, you can bet it's going to get more and more competitive the longer it goes on. Akul puts it up just beyond the foul line and puts it in, and now Lebanon have the lead back.
Here's another player who's just grown in confidence game after game, and how comfortable does he look running the point guard at the moment?
5 points now for Akul. There's Moon Tae-young. There's that quick ball movement again from Korea. This time, Basil Baoji got in the way. Akul. Across to the far side. Baoji going to attack now. Strong move towards the glass. Can't finish though. Kim Jong-kyu with the rebound.
Yeah, and he intimidated that shot. He got his own back from the other end.
Moon Tae-young in towards Lee Jong-hyun, and a foul.
And we talk about Lee not being the stereotypical Korean big man. He ran the floor, and rather than floating out looking for the jump shot, he just went and found an opponent, sealed him under the basket, and forced the foul.
Non-shooting foul, so Korea to inbound, and they mess it up off the inbound pass. Lee Jung-hyun, I think, just lost the ball.
Yeah, I think a case of sweaty fingers there. And he hit 2 3-pointers earlier in the game, and we see Moon Tae-young there. He hit a couple of nice medium-range jump shots, and Choi back into the ball game. He had such a great game yesterday, 11 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, but you could tell he was a real focus of the Lebanon defense early on here today.
Ackle across to Bauji, he's going to shoot the 3, he's going to nail the 3. Just keeps on adding to that tally, 14 points and 8 boards now for Basil Bauji.
And the way Lebanon run that ball screen action, if they've got a big man who can pop out, it's very hard to defend the paint.
Lee Jong-kyun lost the handle on the ball that time. Lebanon possession. They lead by 4. Largest lead of the game for them has been 7. Final 4 minutes of the first half there. Keres hands it off to Saud. Saud taking his time. Ackle looking to drive inside. Nice little handoff. And a simple finish for Basil Bauji.
Some nice patience there from Lebanon, and a couple little curl cuts and some good recognition by Ackle to find the big man inside.
He's got 5 points and 2 assists now. Lee Jong-hyun back out to Choi. Choi has it knocked away. Ackle comes away with the steal. Sood comes away with the ball. Here's Ackle throwing it high and off the glass. They hang to put it in. Alayubi has 6 points, and it's the 3rd assist of the game for Ackle. And Lebanon have their largest lead of the game at 8 points. And timeout call.
What a heads-up play from Ackle. He's got 5 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and the finish by Ayubi. Have a look at that, he just scooped it up. It was almost like a play you'd see in volleyball.
Timeout call with Lebanon leading 42-34 over Korea. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. And Lebanon have the largest lead of the game, led by the 16 points of Basil Bauji. As we take a look at Korea's leading scorers, Kang 5 of 5 from the field in double figures. And Moon Tae-young 3 of 6 for those 6 points. Bauji, what can you say about him? 16 points now and 8 rebounds. Tibet has had an impact as well, 4 of 7 from the field for those 8 points.
You say, what do you say about Bauji? How do you guard him? You see him there driving to the basket. He's got a quick first step for a big guy. You see Ayubi with the finish, but you know, he can post up, he'll get a seal around the basket. We see there the good execution of the on-ball screen. He sets up the shot for his teammate, but then he steps out to the 3-point line, and if you're guarding his drive or you're helping off him, he splashes that down as well.
Tae-sol. Choi left him guarded on the outside, and then Saud just came across and said, stop hesitating, I'm going to take the ball off you. Lebanon trying to make the most of it at the other end. Looking for the first double-digit lead of the game, out of bounds. Still going to be Lebanon ball. 11
turnovers already for Korea. And Lebanon, we thought, do they want to control the pace? But if they get the turnover, they're looking to punish Korea on the scoreboard.
Final 3 minutes of the first half. Bauji calling for the ball again. Instead it goes in towards Abi Keres. Backing up against Choi. Out to Basil Bauji now for the 3. Short that time.
Here's Choi in the point forward roll. See if he attacks the basket. That's what he's best at.
Across to Moon Tae-young. He's hit by Bauji. First foul of the game for Basil Bauji. 2.5 to play in the first half.
Team foul number 4.
Fourth foul on Lebanon. Choi puts up the long 2 and gets it to go.
Oh, what a tough move. We talk about him at 200 centimeters. Generally in Korean basketball, that's a 4 or 5 man. But he's got these swingman skills, and that time they cut off the drive. He just stopped, pulled up. Nice soft jump shot.
Reduces the deficit back down to 6. It's been a single-digit game throughout this first half. Here's Ackle. Bauji looking to set the screen. Receives the ball now on the perimeter. Ackle onto the corner to Saud. 3 off the mark. And here's Saud 1 of 4 from the outside now. Ackle gets in the way of that pass from Moon Tae-young.
And you said earlier it's been a game of momentum swings, and you just sense maybe moving back to Korea here. They can get an easy look here, get some defensive pressure. Maybe they can square this up by halftime.
Moon Tae-young again from that spot, can't hit. Offensive ball grabbed aggressively by Lee Jong-kyun, but he has it knocked away by Abi Keres. Here's Alayubi, who's having a game. It's 8 points for him now.
And Lebanon, again, just deadly off turnovers. They're putting the foot to the floor, and perhaps the defensive transition of Korea needs to pick up a level or two.
Tae-sul. Choi. Across to Kim Tae-sul. Put up from mid-range and put in by Lee Jong-kyun.
The vision of Kim there, he is so good at picking apart a zone defense. He's got outstanding vision. He can see where the defense is moving, and he always finds the open man.
Ackle looking to attack. Baoji. Baoji on the right hand, puts it in off the glass.
And here he is up the floor putting some pressure on too. He's pretty much become the leader of this team now, particularly with Youngblood missing today.
18 points in the first half for Basil Baoji. Kim across to Moon Tae-young. Can't hit that one, and over the top of the backboard. Kim Tae-sul has 5 assists in this first half as well.
He's got 2 steals. Yet to trouble the scorers, but he's such an enjoyable point guard to watch. He's a real pure point guard, just looking to set his teammates up.
Ackle passes the ball down the baseline. So taking his time, then quickening the pace. Left hand, difficult move. Couldn't quite get the roll. But guess who is there for the offensive board? Back to Saud for 3. No problem that time for Amir Saud.
Well, he missed the first shot. He had faith that Baoji was going to pull that in, and he nailed the 3.
The first double-digit lead of the game as well, right at the end of the half. It's Lebanon who lead by 11 behind the superb half of Basil Baoji, 18 points, but 8 for that man as well, Amir Saud, after hitting that 3-pointer. And Korea have to come from behind. They trail to Lebanon 49-38 at the half.
Well, classy display from Lebanon there. In the second quarter, they outscored Korea 26-18, and it was their ability to turn turnovers into points at the other end. Offensive rebounding, both teams have been aggressive in that area. Korea with the 12 assists, and we talked about their slick passing, but as that half wore on, their passing game slowed down because their overall game slowed down. It was Lebanon locking them into half-court offense and then sprinting down the other end every opportunity they got. The man leading the way is Basil Baoji, one of the great names of the tournament. We talked about Arumugam in the Indian game, but Basil Baoji's a ripper. He's got 18 points, 9 boards. His big man Tibet helping him out with 8 as well, and Ayubi off the bench with 8. And Kang Sung-ji, he was hot early with 10, and Moon Tae-young with 6. But the story's been Lebanon, their precision in the half court and their ability to execute the ball screen and get open court and get open shots. And you see there Baoji with his 9 boards. It looked like it was, sorry mate, it looked like it was going to be a close one by half time, and it was Korea in the open court getting it done, but things swung on the back of the Lebanon defense.
Korea making that lightning fast start. Kang 5 of 5 from the field, en route to that team high 10 points in the first half. Amir Saud driving inside that time. Pretty move off the glass. He had a couple from downtown as well. 8 points in the first half. And Alayubi having an impact with 8 points. And that one off the pretty pass, and Abi Keres down court this time, finding Alayubi in transition again. Lebanon giving Korea a bit of a taste of their own medicine at times. And it is Lebanon who lead 49-38 at the half. Join us for the second half in around 10 minutes' time.
第3个完美攻击。这是一个3分球啊，这是一个3分球。还是不动，能不能够开高一下？2分球。10道，非常的可惜。那么最终获得胜利的就是我们在黑框眼镜的第2位出场的帅哥，他将会获得由爱关节为他提供的礼盒，来给大家展示一下吧。好，谢谢大家，谢谢爱关节为我们带来的中场幸运投篮。 Ladies and gentlemen, 2015 FIBA Asian Championship is brought to you by the following marketing partners:
中国乐大集团、
E1K Media,
奥拓电子、
also LED Technology,
百飞山、
Tencent,
银河体育、
Intersport,
日本航空公司、
Japan Airlines,
摩腾、
Molson,
银河体育、
Peak Sport,
天梭、
Visa,
湖南饮料世集团有限公司、
Hunan Green Group,
吉祥人寿保险股份有限公司、
Jishang Life Insurance Company,
浦丰地产湖南开发有限公司、
Mindaco Property Hunan Development,
大连华尔城生物科技发展有限公司、
大连华尔城 Biotechnology Development,
中车时代电动汽车股份有限公司、
Hunan CRRC Times Electric Vehicles,
湖南省建设工程集团有限公司、
Hunan Construction Group,
湖南武汉体育实业发展集团有限公司、
Hunan Firing Sports Industrial Development Group,
华人雪花啤酒中国有限公司。
China Resources Snow Breweries,
同时，我们还要向以下单位表示感谢，他们是
and also we thank our following official partners:
国际篮球联盟会、
FIBA,
中国篮球协会、
Chinese Basketball Association,
湖南省人民政府、
People's Municipal Government of Hunan Province,
湖南省体育局、
Hunan Sports Bureau,
湖南体育产业集团有限公司、
Hunan Sports Industry Group,
以南唱片集团股份有限公司、
Yinan Media Group,
长沙民政职业技术学院、
Changsha Social Work College,
中南林业科技大学。
Central South University of Forestry and Technology.
我们还要向关注2015国际篮联亚洲篮球锦标赛的国家媒体表示感谢。
And thank you very much, all the media.
Welcome back to Chongsha. It's a battle for fifth place at the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship between Lebanon and Korea. A close first half throughout, plenty of lead changes, and then Lebanon towards the end of the second period, blowing it open into a double-digit lead. They lead by 11, 49 to 38 at the start of the third quarter.
And they did it with their defense in the first quarter. Korea 8 points off turnover to 5, but in the second quarter it was 13-2 to Lebanon.
Korea looking to close the gap at the start of the second half. Moon Tae-young will go to the line for two.
And you wonder whether Korea are serious about finishing fifth. Yang Dong-guen into the ball game after sitting the entire first half. And they've gone back to their regular starting five for the tournament, so they want to win this game.
Moon Tae-young at the line. Like we said at the top of the show, only the fourth time they're going to miss out on a medal. Only the second time they're missing out on the Final Four. Will they finish in the top five? They're going to have to come from behind. They're down by 10 as Moon Tae-young makes the second foul shot. Arakji. Suede back to Arakji. Need to quicken the pace again behind the back. He loves that move. How about the no-look bounce pass to Charles Tibet? Magical play from Arakji.
And just that combination of poise and vision, he just waited for the right moment and he put the pass right on the spot for his big man.
Cho. Oh, big dunk for Kim Jong-kyu. A couple of highlight reel plays at the start of the second half.
Well, he certainly pulled the chain there, Tim, and what a play. We saw a big dunk from him yesterday on the fast break, this time in the half court.
Arakji. Saud. Cross towards Arakji. Pulls up from the Mid-range, can't get it to go off the glass. Out of bounds, and it's Korea ball.
You've got to love the hustle of Baoji, flying in over the top, the look of disappointment when he doesn't quite get it. But there was no disappointment for Korea here with the big jam from Kim.
Yang Dong-gen off to Cho Sung-min. Yang, he's going to pull up for a long two and knocks it down. Korea mean business.
He is electric, you know, straight into the game, doesn't hesitate. And he's so hard to guard because he can change directions a number of times on the one move.
Didn't play at all yesterday, Yang, and he didn't play at all in the first half today. Arakji, talk about electric. Back to the perimeter, knocked away off the shins of Tibet. Korea come up with the ball and a chance to close the gap again with Cho.
Oh, what a block.
Denied by Saud, who just hung in the air. Arakji trying to find a way out, all the way to Saud. Can he finish on the offensive end? Bang! Big play at both ends of the court for Amir Saud.
That was a hell of a pass from Arakji because the most obvious pass to the center of the court, Yang Dong-gen had read that. He was ready to pick it off. Arakji made the adjustment and found the shooter on the weak side.
Cho Sung-min, now Kang. Kang short. Offensive ball for Kim Jong-kyu, and he's able to put it in. Really entertaining start to the third quarter.
And that's the third offensive rebound for Kim. He's been really active. He's missed a couple of makeable shots in the first half, but he started the second half well.
So looking to get free, this time using the left hand off the glass, following through and putting it back in is Charles Tibet.
Well, we talked about the fact Haidar isn't here, as we see some quick movement from Korea. Haidar not playing today, but the two big men doing a sterling job on their own for Lebanon.
Here's that Korean ball movement again as Cho knocks it down from the outside off the assist from Yang.
And this game's gone up a level. You know, whether it's Korea going back to their starters, whatever it is, we've got a contest here. I think you picked it earlier. The longer it remains close, the more intense it will get.
So playing an intense game right now, looking for another three. Short rebound grabbed by Kang. And he can't quite reel it in. He was just a little bit too quick. The pass was behind him.
We saw a quick shot there from Saud, and that was a result, as we see a nice quick shot there from Cho, but that was the result of the pressure from Yang. You know, he makes other teams play quicker than they want to and take shots that they're not quite ready for. And it's no surprise that their defense has a lot more starch when Yang's in the ball game.
Baoji up against Kang. Puzzle Baoji looking to get back to work. Tibet lost it, able to save it to Arakji. Arakji with a nice pass to Baoji, who puts it in and now has 20.
I've said it a number of times throughout the tournament. Arakji, he's Lebanon's version of the Slovenian star Goran Dragic. He has such poise in the lane. He can finish himself or find teammates. Another sweet assist there.
Cho into Kang. Difficult shot off balance, won't go. Here's Arakji. Going through the gears again, looking for another assist out to the perimeter. Suade's going to slow it down. Plenty of time to work with. Baoji looking to go to work again. Gets the soft touch and the nice roll.
That's not easy to do on your left hand. He made it look easy, but he rode the contact and put the ball up there nice and soft. And what a performance from him, 22 points.
He's already more than double his tournament average. Yang, largest lead of the game at 12 now. Even with Yang back in the ball game, Korea turned the ball over.
Number 15,
Offensive foul, Kim Jong-kyu. Second.
There's no lack of effort from Korea. They're trying to generate that pace, but Lebanon doing an outstanding job of playing quick but playing under control.
Lebanon have the largest lead of the game, 60-48 over Korea in this battle for 5th place, led by the 22 points of Basil Bauji, 9 of 14 from the field, and 9 rebounds for him as well. 4 assists now for Arakji, and Saud has come up with 4 steals as well as 3 outside shots. Some really pretty assists from Wael Arakji as well. Back in the game at the start of the second half. Yang in the game for the first time at the start of the half as well, and Yang and Cho on court. Korea need to try and find a way to close the gap.
Lebanon have been pretty impressive in this tournament. Probably the game that really hurt them was the double overtime loss to Qatar, as again Arakji just getting into the lane, and this time he's off to the free throw line. But they were 15 points up at half-time in that game. They coughed it up, they lost in double overtime. And had they been able to secure that victory, they would have got a much more favourable quarter-final matchup than the Philippines, who of course haven't lost since the opening night, and they take on China later tonight for the gold medal and a spot at the Rio Olympics.
The 8-game win streak of the host China against the 7-game win streak of the Philippines. What a final that should be. On this court later on tonight. Here's Saud, nice pass towards Tibet. Route to the rim blocked off by Kang. It's Kang on the offensive end now. Moon Tai-young puts up the long 2. Tip back in. 2-point score for Kim Jong-kyu.
Korea continue to hang around. They're moving the ball. Now they've got 15 assists so far today already. They're playing some good team basketball. They've just got a lockdown at this end. And they've given up 60 points in 26 minutes of basketball. Here's where they've got to turn things around.
Suede to Saud. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock now. High pass caught by Arakji.
Foul's been called there on Bauji for just grabbing the arm of Moon Tai-young as he was trying to intercept that pass.
Bauji's second. 10-point Lebanon lead. Korea can make it a single-digit game again. And 4 minutes to play in the third. Kim Jong-kyu. Cho stops and pops from the corner and knocks it down.
And their half-court sets are so good to watch. They read and react what the defense does, and they move to the open spot with intensity. And Cho, he's feeling good in this final game of the tournament.
Saud to the foul line, across to the far side to Arakji. Wanted to drive the baseline. Path cut off by Moon. Way short, that one. From Saud. It's hit 3 from the outside.
He was hot early. He's dropped to 4 of 10 from the field. And that one uncharacteristic from the sharpshooter.
3 of 8 from the 3-point line now. Moon Tai-young. Kang. For travel.
That's a wasted opportunity there. Back to 7 points. A surprise bit of pressing defense from Lebanon. And Korea are outstanding with their passing game. They whip their way through it, but then don't capitalise at the end.
They've been down by as many as 12. Could have been a 5-point game there. Arakji. Draws the double team. Trapped by Cho, who's able to take it off him, and the foul call.
I've said it throughout the tournament, we should see more of that from Korea. They've got good depth on the bench. They've got quick defensive players. They need to challenge the other team. Sure, they'll give up some scores defensively from it, but I think they'll generate more than they'll give away.
Second foul on Arakji. Or on Akul, I beg your pardon. Korea have a chance to get within 5, or maybe even 4. Moon Tai-young. Final 3 minutes in the third. Moon Tai-young trying to attack the basket. Can they get the tip? They can from Kim Jong-kyu. He's had a couple of those in this third quarter. 12 points and 8 boards now.
And no reduced substitutions for Lebanon. Is that going to have an impact as the game wears on? Their 2 main big guys, Bauji and Tibet, they've played almost the whole game so far.
Here is Bauji. No score for them in around 3 minutes. Can Bauji get them up and running again? No. Moon Tai-young grabs the rebound, and here comes the Korean charge again. The pass from Yang. And Lee Jong-hyun will go to the line, frustrated he couldn't finish.
Now, I mean, the thing that makes the passing of Yang, you see the no-looker over the head, along with Kim Tae-sul. They're both really short point guards, so the height of their defenders cuts out some passing lanes, yet they still pick apart the defense with such precision.
Timeout called here with 2.5 minutes remaining in the third, and Lebanon leading by 5, 60 to 55. It's been as many as 12. They're led by the 22 points of Basil Baoji, but Korea have got closer behind 12 points now from Kim Jong-kyu, 10 apiece for Cho and for Kang, and Tibet and Saud in double figures as well for Lebanon.
Kim Jong-kyu, 8 boards and 2 assists as well. So the big man's been getting it done in a number of areas. You look at their 3-point shooting stats, 4 of 8 for Korea, and it's something opposition teams have really clamped down on throughout this tournament after they were so hot in the opening 2 games, particularly against Jordan and then early in the game against China. We saw that big dunk there from Kim. And hasn't Young given them an energy burst? We're expecting that. He does it at both ends of the floor. And I don't think anyone has more pride in Korean basketball than Yang Dong-gwen. And he was rested yesterday. It looked like he wasn't going to be played today, but he's back out here in the second half. He wants 5th place in this tournament.
Lee Jong-hyun getting them a point at a time closer to 5th place. 12-point deficit cut down to just 3 now as he makes both foul shots. Rakji. Basil Baoji. Here's Akel. Gets it back from Abi Keres. Finds Saud for 3. He goes for the pass inside towards Rakji. He thought he was fouled. And Korea will come down the other end and bank it in with Yang Dong-gyen.
Trademark Yang there, just pulled up off the glass, but it's this zone defense. It's cut out the high ball screen for Lebanon, and they're short on answers at the moment.
It's an 11-0 Korea run. And from 12 down, they're within 1.
And we talk about his lack of height, just 181 centimetres, but he's adjusted by that. He's developed that bank game where he can pull up at mid-range.
Arakji. Abi Keres turns on the foul line and puts it in. Lebanon just about for now keeping Korea at bay. And finally ending that scoreless run that lasted about 4 minutes. Here's Yang again. Long 2 this time for Yang. He is starting to take over.
When he gets in the mood, he can score so many different ways, and none of them tougher than that pull-up jump shot.
Arakji going to drive down the baseline. Abi Keres to Akel. Hands it off to Abi Keres. They can't finish the first time, but Baoji will pick up the pieces on the boards.
And that time we get some really good ball movement against the zone from one side to the other, then the penetration and the lovely no-look pass, which eventually ended up in the basket.
It's a double-double now for Baoji. Long 2 for Korea. No good that time. Baoji another rebound, 24 points and 11 boards in the game. And then a foul on Yang.
Fouls on Team Korea, number 6, Yang Dong-gwen, winning foul. First personal.
When it slipped out to 11 points at halftime, we thought, you know, if Lebanon get a couple of quick baskets, does the sizzle go out of this game? But Korea have come out a determined unit. We're set up for a great last quarter.
Knocked out of bounds by Cho. Still Lebanon ball with a 3-point lead. 40 seconds to play in the third. Rakji. Abi Keres to Saud onto the corner. Akel. Only 5 left to shoot. Abi Keres trapped in the corner now. Akel has it knocked away. And here come Korea. Final seconds of the third. Cho flying in for the big finish. Clear the runway for Kim Jong-kyu to take off.
And again, those quick series of passes sets it up for the big athlete to cram it down.
Korea within 1. Final seconds of the third. Saud, will they get a shot away this time? Abi Keres does get it away, but off the mark. And we've got a 1-point ball game as we head into the final quarter of the tournament for these two. Lebanon had led by as many as 12, but Korea have got back to within 1 off the huge finish of Kim Jong-kyu. 14 points in the ball game now for him. And at the end of 3, it's Lebanon 64, Korea 63.
What a finish to that quarter from Korea. They weren't prepared to sail quietly into the night. We see them shooting 53% from inside. And quite similar statistics for both teams. Again, the offensive rebound remains even. And as you've said, all night they've gone back and forth at each other. 17 assists for Korea. And their passing probably has been the main feature of their game. But it was that increased defensive pressure. They went to the zone, but they didn't sit back in it. They got up into the face of Arakchi. They made him make rush decisions. And here we see another big jam from Kim. They didn't allow him just to take his time and pick apart the defense with his passing. And that led to some turnovers, some bad shots. And at the other end, Yang got flowing. Here was Cho finding a wide open shot. They got into that trademark Korean flow, which is so difficult to defend because as they keep moving and the screen action keeps going, and when the dunks keep raining down like that, the crowd certainly getting their money's worth here today. Let's have another look at that.
Tremendous finish from Kim Jong-kyu. And his 14 points lead Korea back to within 1. 6 of 11 from the field, 9 boards as well for him, a couple of assists too. Basil Bauji still leading the way of all scorers in the game with 24. And 11 boards for him now. Lebanon have that slender advantage at the start of the 4th quarter, leading 64 to 63. We talked about how badly Korea would want to finish 5th. Yang coming in at the start of the second half, 3 of 3 from the field for 6 points and 2 assists in the quarter.
Yeah, an outstanding quarter of basketball from the veteran. You talk about the pride of Korea, this Lebanon team, they've got eagles of pride.
Karras puts it in to stretch the lead back to 3.
Yeah, the one thing Lebanon have, they've shown a lot this tournament, but they've had heart in every game they've played so far.
Korea getting in to make it a 1-point game again. Lee Jong-hyun scoring at the start of the 4th, and now 4 players into double figures for Korea.
And the flow of this is to Korea's liking, the ball's moving, screen action.
The far side off the mark from Saud. He's now 3 of 9 from downtown.
I think Lebanon need to make some defensive adjustments as Moon goes to the rack again.
And he'll go to the line to try and give Korea the lead from 12 down.
Number 7.
Very nearly a 3-point play opportunity.
Raise your caps for personal.
He rode the contact and nearly put it up soft enough, but the first thing for Lebanon, their transition defense has to be a lot better. That starts with good decisions offensively, but also sacrificing some numbers on the offensive boards and getting back. And then they've got to be a little bit disruptive. Do they blitz the ball screen? Do they double team it? Do they sag off and attempt a 3-point shot? You know, what is it they do? But at the moment, they're allowing Korea to dictate terms.
Tai-Young within touching distance of becoming the 5th Korean into double figures, now has 9, and Korea have the lead from 12 down. Alayubi comes back into the game for Lebanon on 8 points, an impressive display so far for him.
And this game has swung on points off turnovers. In the 3rd quarter, it was 7-2 to Korea after Lebanon had dominated that in the 2nd term.
Alayubi to Saud. Moves it on to Alayubi. Saud across to Alayubi again. Closed down so quickly on the perimeter. Lebanon at the moment. Shot clock's already down to 3. Saud's going to put up another one from the outside. And hits it, having missed a couple in a row before that. Right to the end of the shot clock to restore the lead for Lebanon. Moon Tai-Young is Yang. Across to Cho. Moon Tai-Young moves it down and we're level at 69.
And again, that ball movement, side to side, penetration, and that Korean pop that we see so often. Just pop out to the mid-range jumper and nail it.
So from way outside can't hit. Rebound grabbed by Kim Jong-kyu. There is 5 now in double figures for Korea with still 8 minutes to play.
Zone defense now from Lebanon.
Cho puts it up The three can't hit. Alayubi back to Akul. Akul trying to get away is tangled up by Cho Sung-min.
And a real emphasis there from Korea to slow down the break as well. Lebanon have hurt them in transition. They've been extremely disciplined. The big men run to good spots and the guards find them if they're open. So we can see Korea wants to make them play in the half court so that they can then burst out of their half court defense and get some easy scoring opportunities.
Show the first Korean onto 3 fouls. Saud trying to escape Cho. He falls to the floor, fires the pass in. Baoji will just turn around and put it in. He's like a scoring machine today, 26 points.
And he hasn't seen a lot of the ball in the last 5 or 6 minutes. You have to credit the perimeter defense of Korea for making it hard on those entry passes.
Lee Jong-hyun pulls up from the foul line, too long. Batted back though by Kim Jong-kyu. Fresh 14 seconds to work with for Korea. On it goes to Moon Tae-young. Nice extra pass onto Kim Jong-kyu, who adds to his tally.
Gorgeous passing, assist number 21 for Korea.
Happy Keres, all level with 7 minutes to play as it goes in towards Baoji. Akul trying to find a way out from the far side. They've worked it to this man again off the mark. Amir Saud. Baoji picks it up, tries to put it in, and he misses 2.
Korea just scrambling on every possession.
Yang hanging it up, back out to Cho. Cho steps to the side, looks for the three-pointer, and gets it to go on the move. How about that ability from Cho Sung-min?
There's an inside-outside fast break. Just beautiful passing and the recognition there from Kim, who had the alley-oop thrown to him. He couldn't put it in, so he landed out to Cho, and then that beautiful up fake. Watched the defender fly by, and then nailed it after the bounce.
Korea lead by 3. Cho Sung-min now has 13 points, his 3rd from the outside. Alayubi moves it on to Basil Baoji, looking to bully his way in off the baseline.
And they've just got to make sure he gets a touch around the basket on every possession, because there's nobody for Korea that can stop him.
Moon Tae-young, Lee Jong-hyun up against Baoji. He's looking for the block as well, instead it's a foul.
If you've got a player who's a dominant scorer at the other end, go at them defensively, draw the fouls. That's number 3 on Baoji. No concern just net. If they can force another one on Baoji, maybe Coach Matic has to think about giving him a breather for a minute or 2.
Lee Jong-hyun at the line. Misses the first. One of those 5 players in double figures for Korea with 10 points so far. They're led by the 16 of Kim Jong-kyu, 13 for Cho Sung-min, 11 for Moon Tae-young, and 10 for Kang Sang-jae. Just get the second one to go, 11 points in the game now for Lee Jong-hyun. Keres, Alayubi, Akul. Turn the ball over Lebanon.
And that was a foul on Baoji, so that time Korea didn't have to go to him. It's 4 personal fouls on him. So an interesting decision here for Coach Matic of Lebanon.
Lee Jong-hyun. Kim Jong-kyu. Yang will slow it down and look to dictate things here. Screen set, then comes the double team, finds a way out. The glass no good for Lee Jong-hyun. Offensive board though. Fresh 14 to work with. Yang again. There's that quick passing picked off this time though by Alayubi. Lebanon coming in transition. Punishing off the glass with Alayubi. The pass from Saud. 10 points in the game for him now. Cho takes on another 3 from the corner. Closed down by Saud. And then a foul underneath.
That'll go against Akul in the rebounding contest. That's the 4th team foul on Lebanon. So Korea to the line after this. And what about this alley-oop play? I thought he had made a bad decision, but the pass was on the money. And so was Alayubi.
Interesting developments in this 4th quarter, though, in terms of foul trouble. Lebanon now on 14 fouls and 2 quick fouls on Basil Bauji, the game's leading scorer.
He's checked out of the ball game.
Checked out on 4 fouls. Abi Keres grabs the rebound. Here's Akel. Quickly onto the left hand, meandering his way through the paint, across to the far side. Beautifully done. And they knock it down from the corner. And Alayubi is having some game.
Yep. Big performance from him, not just this last quarter. You see that ball's deflected, but all throughout the game. No Jay Youngblood here today, so that's a huge amount of scoring load taken out of the team, and he's just popped up at the right times to finish off plays.
Lovely assist from Akel, and Alayubi, who's averaged 3.2 points per game in this tournament so far, has 13 in 16 minutes here. And Lebanon lead Korea by 3, 78-75, as the Koreans call timeout. Now we take a look at their leading scorers, the 16 for Kim Jong-kyu, and 11 boards for him as well, a double-double, and leading 5 players in double figures.
What I've been impressed with here with the Korean defense is the energy of Yang and Cho at the top of that zone. They've played, from my recollection, the entire second half, as we see that dunk again, and why not? But they've hardly had a rest at all in this second half, and yet they're out the top of that zone, scrambling from one side to the other, putting doubt in the Lebanon guards' minds and forcing some errant passes and some mistimed shots. So let's see if they can keep up that intensity for the final 5 minutes.
5th place at the FIBA Asia Championship on the line. And a very tight game with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to play. Cho getting ready to inbound. There he is now shooting the 3, and nailing the 3 off the back of the timeout to tie the game.
That's just such a tough shot. He caught it, he didn't feel he was in rhythm. A little bounce, and he had the defender coming at him, he still knocked it down.
Rakji, that's going to be a long 2 for him. He answers back. Rakji's first score of the game. He has dished out 5 assists. Moon Tae-young, quick catch and shoot. Kim Jong-kyu was going for the tip. Now batting the ball back to Moon Tae-young. Yang to Cho. Kim Jong-kyu puts it up, another miss. And finally, Lebanon able to secure the ball. Rakji to the right hand, and there's the pass. There's another basket for Lebanon.
Such poise for a young man, 21 years of age. There's a big future for him, but Korea now up to 14 offensive rebounds, and Kim is being relentless in there, chasing down those misses.
6 assists in the game now for Rakji. Yang loses out to Akel. Lebanon on the fast break again. Tibet left with a simple finish. It opened up a 6-point gap.
Giving Korea a little bit of their own medicine on the fast break and some slick passing. They're just managing to see off the Korean challenge.
Moon Tae-young back to Lee Jong-kyun, who keeps Korea within touch. Final 3 minutes of the game. Final 3 minutes of the tournament for these two. Alayubi, Rakji, Akel, Abi Keres quickly moved on to Tibet, back to Akel. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock now. Akel surrounded by blue shirts and called for a travel.
That's just outstanding zone defense. You know, 2 players at all times covering the ball. But Korea with the energy late in the tournament. They've played 9 games in 11 days, and there's the finish inside by Tibet. But after that sort of workload, to still have that energy, to be scrambling and making sure there's 2 players on the ball, that time they forced the turnover.
Yang slowing the pace. 2.5 minutes remaining. Now a time to quicken the pace, but the pass in towards Lee Jong-kyun, he wasn't able to handle it. Lebanon can look to stretch the lead. Rakji, Akel. Rakji to Akel again, onto Abi Keres. He's looking over to Alayubi on the far side, instead comes near side to Akel, off the mark and over the top of the backboard.
This time of the game, it comes down to who are the players that can step up and hit those big shots. It's easier early in the game when the offense is flowing and the team's on a run, but late in the game when it's on the line, who are the players that can just shoot with that sort of confidence?
Kang Sang-jae, Cho. Final 2 minutes now as he moves it on to Lee Jong-hyun, across to the far side. Choi moves it on again. Cho's going to put it up. Off balance with the three, can't hit. Kang able to grab it. Fresh 14 to work with. Down the line, thrown away and out of bounds off Abby Kerritz. Still Korea ball.
Lebanon in his own defense there. They did an excellent job of scrambling to cover the shooters and force it down to 7 on the shot clock.
Cho to inbound. Into Yang, he's going to take on the shot quickly. Can't get it to go. Lebanon edging closer and closer. Akil, 90 seconds to play. Alayubi, Arakji. Akil again. Just taking as much time as they can off the game clock here. Akil trapped by the double team, trying to find a way out towards Arakji. Did well to catch it and then readjust, but can't finish.
And a costly foul there from Arakji. It was just frustration after he missed the shot, but Lebanon now into the bonus, so it'll be 2 free throws to come.
Fourth on Arakji. 1 minute and 14 remaining. Lebanon closing in on 5th place, but Korea have more than enough time to reel them back in. Kang Sang-jae, the 20-year-old, and the line, 5 of 7 so far here this afternoon for 10 points. All 10 of those points coming in the first half. Amir Saoud back into the ball game. 14 points for him. He's hit 4 from downtown. This is Kang's first trip to the foul line. He hits the first, makes it a 1-possession game. 1 more to come. 11 points for the number 11. 6 boards and 3 assists as well. He's got a block shot to his name too. And tag 1 more point onto that tally. There's the pressure. High up call. Still going to be Lebanon ball.
And Lebanon looking a little disorganised against this press, pointing fingers, a little bit of yelling at each other.
Let's see if they can find a way out of it here. Arakji. Saoud, they do get over half court. Saoud gets the passage to the hoop and puts it in. High off the glass. Big play for Saoud. Korea looking for a quick score and get it with Lee Jong-hyun.
This whole second half, there's just been no time to talk after a Lebanon basket because Korea are just coming back the other way at pace.
Saoud, talk about pace. He's going again, drawing the contact and very nearly a 3-point play opportunity.
Number 32.
It's been good to see some of the guards for Lebanon just have a little bit of the shackles unleashed in this game without young blood there. They've had to be more aggressive, and I think we've seen some bits to Saoud's game that we hadn't seen earlier in the tournament.
Into the game comes Basil Bauji again on 4 fouls. Out goes Charles Tibet. Saoud at the line on 16 points. 4 steals, a couple of assists as well. Had a huge performance against Jordan on Tuesday in that do-or-die game. 20 points, 4 of 6 from downtown. Then was just 1 of 5 in the quarter-final. Responded yesterday, 4 of 7 from 3-point range, and he's responded again today. 18 points in the game. Big foul shots made by Amir Saoud. And Lebanon lead by 4 as Korea call a timeout, trailing 88-84.
Well, it's at that point of the game now with Saoud making 2 free throws to make it a 2-possession game. Korea have to start being very mindful of the clock. They'll progress the ball up the floor here. And you just start to think, who do they go to? Have they got to play specifically for someone, or do they look for Yang, and whatever the defense gives them, they go to the open man? I suspect they might go to Cho. He's been pretty hot. He's a guy who has that patience when the defense is on him. He makes the read of when to fire or when to kick it on to teammates. And there's Bauji. What a game he's had. We said it earlier in the game, he does it all, and he hasn't disappointed us. And there's been some wonderful feeds inside from Arakji. 6 assists for the young point guard. This time it was Ackle finding Bauji on the three-point line, and I don't think he was shooting with quite that confidence earlier in the tournament. If he was wide open, he could make him. He's turned himself into a catch-and-shoot player just through the confidence he's grown from his performance here in Changsha.
It looked at one stage like it would inevitably be a 30-point plus game for Basil Bauji, but then came the foul trouble, quick back-to-back fouls. Yang, who's only played the second half, has 6 points, a couple of assists for Korea. Final 52 seconds of the tournament for these two. Who's going to finish with a win? Who's going to finish with 5th place? Yang just about able to catch it and steady himself. Choi, he's going to put up the 3. Choi nails a big shot in the final minute of the game.
And there it was, the presence of Yang drawing 2 defenders, and Choi makes Lebanon pay.
1-point game, final 30 seconds. Here's Abi Keres. Lebanon hanging on to it for as long as possible, and then thrown away by Abi Keres. Way too high for Echo. And the shot clock's going to be turned off at the end of the game. Korea just down by 1, have possession.
And the full court defense didn't get a steal, but it forced the ball out of the hands of the ball handlers, ended up with Abi Keres, and then smart defense from Korea. They got in the passing lanes and made the big man make a pass he wasn't capable of.
Yang, who's going to have the shot? No one better to control the situation than Yang. Here's Choi, who nailed the big 3 a few seconds ago to get them in this position. Final 8 seconds. Is Choi going to go again? It's Cho in the corner for the win. Can't hit. And Lebanon will take 5th place. They ride out a storm, having led by as many as 12 to win it by 1. As Cho is off the mark at the end of the 4th quarter from downtown, having hit 4 in the game before that moment. Disappointment for him, disappointment for Korea, who finished 6th place at the FIBA Asia Championship. Lebanon finish in the top 5 teams in Asian international basketball. They win it 88-87.
Well, what a game of basketball. You know, we said at the start what to expect, we don't know. But as the game wore on, both of these teams wanted to get 5th position. The intensity built and built. And Korea had a great opportunity there at the end. I think they waited a little too long to go for that shot. If they had taken that shot quicker, they miss. They get the opportunity to foul and then perhaps go for another 3-pointer to force overtime. But it wasn't to be. Korea 7 of 15. They got their 3-point game going later on. And the percentages for both teams, very impressive across the board. 15 offensive rebounds for Korea. Kim was big in that area. And Basil Bauji had 7 offensive rebounds for Lebanon as well, as part of his huge 28-point game. 32 turnovers, you might say sloppy play, but I think it was aggressive play in this game. Both teams were looking to push the ball at every opportunity, and both were quite aggressive defensively, particularly Korea in that final term. They really picked up that area of their game.
Big double-doubles for Basil Bauji, 28 points and 12 boards, and also for Kim Jong-kyu, 16 points and 12 boards for Korea. We look at the top scorers, doesn't tell the whole picture for Korea as they had 5 in double figures, but certainly you get an idea of how Lebanon got the job done. The 28 points of Bauji, as well as those 12 boards. They had 18 points from Amir Saoud, who had 4 from downtown, 16 points from Charles Tibet. Very impressive game from him, 8 of 12 from the field and 13 for Omar Alayubi, another impressive young player. And the future looks bright for Lebanon, with Arakji pulling the strings with 6 assists.
Well, there was plenty of action in this one. There's some highly skilled players, and I think both these teams had the draws worked out a little differently. They would have been right at home in the Final 4 and very competitive. We saw Lebanon, they took the Philippines right down to the final moments in their quarterfinal. And here was the action we saw. There was fast breaks galore early on from Korea, and their passing game was outstanding. They had 24 assists for the game. That man Saoud was outstanding. He showed us the three-point shot, but he showed us some new tricks, some drives to the basket, and there's some of that passing. Bauji running the fast break. He did everything tonight. Why wouldn't he do that? And Arakchi, what a combination that could be for Lebanon into the future with Bauji and Arakchi. Here's the big jam. One of two big slammers from Kim. Veselin Matic, he was blowing a valve as he usually does, urging his team on. And here's the biggest jam of all for the day. Kim Jong-kyu down the middle. And this time finishing through contact was Lee. And it was an offensive clinic from Korea in the last quarter, but Lebanon just continued to do enough to hold them off. Korea headed them. Lebanon responded. Arakchi was sensational in that regard. So was Saud. How about that pass to Al Ayubi? And this was a big shot from the bench man as well. He had 5 quick points just when Korea were coming hard, and Bauji, of course, he had the answers all night long. The only thing that slowed him down was foul trouble. And there's Saud. Look at that, up and under scoop shot, high off the glass. That is just pure talent, folks.
And behind 28 points of Basil Bauji, 88-87, the win for Lebanon.